Hey guys, Brian here at Better Chess Training, and in this video I have an interesting game, 15-minute, 10-second increment on Lee Chess, and well, check it out. Okay, playing a 15-minute game with 10-second increment here on Lee Chess, and my opponent's starting out here with the English with C4. I responded with E6. Basically seeing we could maybe transpose into Queen's Gambit Decline. In this game, I want to try to make sure that I'm identifying all of my opponent's threats, making sure I'm meeting them. I'm trying not to be surprised. That's kind of one of my little chess goals. And here my opponent exchanges here on d5, take back with the pawn, of course. And if he plays d4, we can transpose into the Queen's Gambit declined exchange variation. Okay, here he plays e3 and kind of a well, maybe inviting. I don't know what he is inviting here, but we're just going to go ahead and play. I'm just going to go ahead and play c6 here. Nice, safe move with the idea here of playing bishop to d6 next. Okay, okay, he's playing his knight to e2. Of course, supporting here maybe, but I think bishop to d6 is fine. Okay, here he is. So this is pretty interesting. He's actually weakening this diagonal here, and so maybe I can make it a little awkward by playing my knight out here to g4. Because the problem is that with the knight here on e2, is pinned. If you wanted to do this, you should have played g3 first. Okay, and then if he plays his queen, let's say out here, then I can maybe even do this, bishop to f3, which would be quite annoying for him. I think that's pretty good. Also, it kind of solves one of my problems in that normally, uh, let's see here. So normally, this bishop is hard to develop. So here I can actually just play it here to f3, and this is seems like a good idea. So it's going to take him a couple moves to free himself from that. In the meantime, I can go about developing here. Um, I don't think he was expecting that. So this odd order of development was kind of an issue here for him. Now he's going to have to move his rook over. Definitely a nice strategic little mini victory. Okay, playing his rook over. So wow, he's already interesting play here. Okay. Question: should I develop on my king side or develop my queen side? I think I could just leave this bishop here for now and even trade this later. Problem with I think. Let's see. I think I should just develop this knight. I think it's pretty clear. And here, and see what we want to do here. I think trading this bishop makes a lot of sense at this point. Trying to see if there's any more advantageous way to do it. I think I should just go ahead and take this bishop. And here my opponent, he's wasted a little time for that whole maneuver. I think that is good for me. In fact, I think I'm going to play this here. And I'm going to wait on the king because now he's got these pawns advanced. He might try some type of pawn storm here. And what I'm thinking is just quickly trying to get, if I can get my knight here pretty quickly. Okay, he's going to stop that in its tracks. That's okay. There's other ways to get there. see, I'm trying to think where I'm going to develop my. Looking along this diagonal. C7 is a possibility. But now with its, again, I think he has kind of a little awkward development here. Now I can just castle and start to put some pressure here down the e-file as well. Definitely an option. Why don't I wait on the queen and here? Now what I just said before, because even though he has these pawns here, the way his pieces are coordinated, it's going to take him some time, and I can start to maybe put some pressure right away on um, on the center here. I would like to play c5 at some point soon. I think I can start thinking about that. Um, maybe after rook here. This queen too can go either here or here. So here, I think my development is a lot smoother than my opponent's. Okay, now playing a3, so trying to prevent me from coming over here, apparently. I can maybe provoke him, something like queen to a5, maybe to provoke b4, because bishop takes b4 would be good, but he doesn't go for that. So I feel like he's got a little bit of a issue that's about to come up here. Let's, what else? I can play this slower. I'm not sure if there's anything that I should be trying to do to speed this up. I think rook to e1 is definitely an option. Queen c7, maybe with the idea here of pushing, or rook to c8 with the idea of pushing, I think is also an option. Um, strategically, I just feel like we're in pretty good shape here. This knight also has some nice squares here to try to go after. So that begs I could play maybe a5 and then a4, trying to lock that down. There's just a lot of places where I could put pressure. So I just have to think about how I want to do. What does my opponent want to do? Well, it's hard for him because he would like to play something like e4 eventually, but I have that pretty locked down, and also his king is still in the center. Um, his knight doesn't have very, actually, I think what I'm going to do here is play rook to e8 real quick, just kind of have a little more control over this e4 square. Just to make sure. Okay, here comes that b5. So now he's pretty much committing his I don't know, is he going to try some type of minority attack? I mean, it doesn't seem like a great idea. And here I might just go ahead and, so a couple ideas here. I can do something like this. Um, I can actually play something like b5, preventing his knight over. And now this pawn will be backwards, but again, he doesn't have really a way to get there very quickly to attack. So if I play b5 and he plays a4, well, I can play a6 and then he can try to lock it down. I think that's what he might try to do. Uh, so I think I might need to play knight to b6 first. I'm going to do that, heading for this nice c4 square. And if I can, play b5 after that. Now, I'm not too worried about this, because if he comes here, I can just take it. Or I can just drive it away. Okay. And this was the threat in the minority attack, but I don't really mind this weakness here because it's not really isn't that weak. And the other thing I can actually think about is whether or not I want to push c5, trying to break into here somewhat. Part of me is thinking taking advantage of the c4 square. Part of me is thinking c5. Taking is not a good option because that leaves me with main pawn weakness here. Um, I don't want to do that. I will have a weakness on c6, but I feel like my development is so good here that that definitely is something to take advantage of. C5. Let's do some calculation. C5. He takes c5, and then bishop takes c5, and then I have this nice bishop gets a little more scope as well. But then I have this weakness on d5. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play my knight to c4, and then really work on getting. So I'm putting a lot of pressure here, and I'm going to think of as soon as if he captures on c6, really try to put something on the b file as soon as possible, take over the b file. So now a couple other lines that are open here. Now this queen to a5 is pretty. Seems like it would be pretty dangerous along here, but you have to be careful not to worry about that too much. Actually, he's by weakening it, he's kind of weakened himself here. So can I take advantage of it right away? It's something like bishop to b4, followed up by queen to a5. Maybe queen to a5 first to stop the a pawn from advancing. And if he plays his bishop to e2, I can take it with the knight. Or just ignore it, actually. The queen to a5, bishop to d2, bishop to b4. And then I've got 3 on here. This looks like a great position for me. Well, let's go with queen to a5 first. So pinning this knight right here, expecting bishop to d2. If he plays that, then I can actually take it first, and after he takes back with the queen, go with knight to b4 with the threat of knight to e4, which would put a lot of pressure on this knight on c3. Okay, he's moving his king out of the way, and position is looking decent, but I definitely want to find out how to break through here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and so I can still go ahead and make this threat to take here with bishop to b4. Now what that does is well, it's not pinned, so he can move it, but there's no really good square. There's no good squares to move it to. Problem. So and then I have control here of e4, which I should probably take advantage of next. Okay, we have knight to. So, can I win a pawn here with she takes b5, and knight takes b4, queen takes b4, and then if he takes, on b5, then I just take with the queen. I think that's safe. So she takes b5. Knight takes b4, queen takes b4. So bishop to a3, my knight's covering it. Rook to b8, I can just back out. Or I could even do something like queen to e7, cover the e pawn here. I don't think there's a way that he can attack me that is, yes, incredibly negative. Well, but then I'm not necessarily winning on. I guess I can move. Not necessarily winning a pawn, so I have to consider that. We can maybe wait then. Can I use the time to do something else, like something like knight to e4? Not yet. Debating whether I should just bring my bishop back. I could still threaten to win this later. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, bishop to d6. So here I do think I have a positional advantage. What's always difficult, especially with not a lot of time on the clock, is how to take advantage of it. He plays his knight back to c3. I can play knight to e4 to deflect it, because I would now I'm thinking I want to try to capture here if I get the chance. Oh, you know what? Rook to b1 is not possible because my queen was coming to b1. There's something I missed there. So, all right, now he plays his rook to 1. Fortunately, but still not terrible. I think knight to e4 is possible here, maybe provoking f3. If I take here now, he can take back with the rook. Although, again, I don't think that's too bad either. It's queen to c7 protects this pawn. You know what? Let's do that first. So the idea here is I'm avoiding getting another weakness. Although this pawn is isolated now, it's fairly well protected. So here, I think we're okay. Now he's going to put a little pressure here. So maybe I should have been a little more prudent. So he goes knight to c3. I think I could attack his rook first. And if he attacks c3 with the idea of attacking here, I can actually attack his rook first, and then it will force him to perhaps move out of the way. And if he does try to take this first, I can simply play queen c6, attacking both pieces, which of course would be pretty good. Okay, so he's playing that, and now I think a6 is the right move because he cannot play. Well, a6 takes here. I can attack both pieces, but then he gets this check off, so that would be a little annoying. I think I can get out of that. Winning a pawn here. I could just play queen to c6. Protects this pawn, and then a little more difficult for him to add another attacker. Could play queen to b3. Then I could just protect the pawn again. I think we're okay. Queen c6 here. I have to play a little faster too. I'm running a little low on time. I think we're in good shape here. I'm getting 10 seconds for every move I make. So material-wise, we're even. I think I might have had some type of inaccuracy here. So I'm going to analyze this game, and PGN with all of my analysis and corrections will be on the Patreon page, which you can find in the description down below. If you want to check that out. So, but we're going to see how this goes. I still think I have an advantage, and I'm going to be able to drive back. Okay, so he's playing queen here. Now, there's a couple things I can do. I can advance this pawn, or I can defend. No, I can defend it. If I play a6 or b6, because if I play b6, I can actually play a6 later because this knight is protecting pawn as well. Now I think I might have the idea of undermining this knight here, but I think we're okay. Okay, let's play pawn to b6. This also allows a possibility of doing something like this with knight a5. Can be annoying also. But immediately, though, this move a6 would be pretty annoying. So the one thing I have to consider is knight takes d5. Then I think I just play knight takes d5, and all of this knight is protected. I think we're okay there. So a6 looks like the big threat now here, because all of these squares are covered. This rook has no room. I just have too many. I have two pieces are attacking, and I have two pieces defending, so I'm okay there as well. So should be in pretty good shape, I think. So I've actually been trying to record uh, a game for a few days, but I've been having difficulty because of people have been resigning really quickly after they start losing, so it's been a little difficult. Okay, so here looks like my opponent is adding another attacker to this pawn. So okay, so how do we deal with this? I only got 2 minutes left. Can I still play this a6? Because it's the threat is larger here, I think, than him taking here. If he takes with the knight, I think I could just take here. And now the other thought is I could chop this off with my bishop, but then I think that's necessarily a great idea either. So I have to think quickly here. A6, then knight takes b5, a takes b4, then a takes I'm sorry, a takes b5, a takes b5, and then what? Maybe we're okay. Well, I think we're okay. We'll have to see. Again, if any mistakes, I will analyze, and you can check those out. Check those out later. I think I'm going to win the exchange for a pawn, which I think is well enough. I think. Okay, well, let's just look here. Knight takes d5. I don't know if it matters which knight it is. Knight takes d5. I think I have to take. And then if he takes back with the pawn and drives my queen back, I think I could just play my queen. I probably want to keep contact with this. Well, oh, I need to keep contact with this knight. So I need to bring it maybe back here to c8. Then he gets another pawn here. But there is a problem in that this this guy right here has to be very careful. So he really shouldn't take with the knight on the file. Probably needs to take here first, then I take. Then if he takes with the pawn, I need to keep contact here. Um, I drop back. So this pawn would be under defended, but he has a problem with the queen being overloaded because the queen is defending this knight, and this knight is blocking for this bishop. So this bishop is hanging too. So um, I think I think we're in good shape here with the tactics. I did see this earlier in the calculations. I did see this knight coming to f4, but I think I assumed that I would just chop it off. But this bishop is needed here so that uh, so that the rook can't escape. And I think that might be what he overlooked. So we'll definitely see in a moment. Okay, he takes the knight, or he takes the pawn, and here I want to make sure if I take here, I think we're in good shape. Okay, taking here. Okay, he's going to take there first. And I think I just have to take. Okay. Uh, Taking there with the knight. That's interesting. Oh boy, let's see. Running low on time here. Um, this bishop, this bishop's okay. I'm gonna bring my. You can trade that bishop if you want. So I'm gonna bring my rook here to the open file. And this knight has been very important to my game here, as you can see. It's really limiting this bishop's movement, but I can't move it without getting into some trouble here myself. Um, okay, let's go ahead and see here. I want to find a way to move this knight. Move this knight over here, I guess. He's going to get this check in, but I don't think it really does. He doesn't have enough firepower to really hurt me. And he has to watch out for his own situation as well. Maybe this knight move wasn't so great, but I'm in a little bit of time trouble. Maybe I could have brought this bishop back here to defend. You can see from the early play that this guy here is totally useless. It has been throughout the whole. If I get a chance, I'm going to try to attack here. Smarty will move his bishop, but then I'll move my bishop. Well, one thing I have now is opening up this square for this check. But now we're playing some faster chess, which didn't necessarily want to play. Technically, we're up a piece because we got the exchange, and let's take a look here. I actually haven't. He's got a couple pawns for actually a full rook. Okay, he's dropping that guy back. I'm going to bring this bishop back. And I always have this check here to get, if he tries to attack me here. Other ideas now looking to bring the rook, or my queen right here, put some pressure. And this knight's not really doing anything. This rook isn't doing anything. If he brings his queen over with check, I can always block it here. Tries to open up the bishop here. I could hit him with this check if I wanted to. Actually, the check would allow me to trade off here. Okay. He is attacking me there. And to play my queen up here. Get some trades off. Going to hit me there. Going to here first. If he takes here, Well, then he's got some trouble. Worst case scenario, I could drop my queen back here. So I'm looking to get a check in here. That. So probably a few areas I could improve, but I think overall the earlier part of the game played pretty well. Actually, he's in a lot of trouble here. If he plays his bishop here, I play this check first. Then I play this check. So see this rook just blocking the king escape route. I don't really see any way for for the game to be saved. Of course, low on time, so I need to make my decisions quickly. But basically, it looks like I've got this check. Should be pretty good if he moves this. If he moves this bishop. Otherwise, I could just take the bishop. He's under a lot of pressure now because he pretty much has to move this bishop, or he's going to lose it. And he's also under threat here because his king is really in a bad position here. He's already down a lot of material, so guessing he might be resigning soon. Or maybe he's just gonna let the the time run down. I think he can't see a way out, which is true. Back rank too weak. Got into some tactical trouble right out of the opening. We saw his awkward development allowed me to take advantage. And even though some of the middle game I maybe didn't play as accurately as possible. Okay, looks like he is giving up. Well, no, he is trying to protect this guy here, but um, well, here I'm going to hit him with this check first. Now we're going to trade off a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to win this bishop, I think. Okay, let's just win the bishop. Okay, and the drop. Have much time, so let's just drop this guy back. Maybe not the best way to do it, but okay. And here I will take. Yeah, I see what he's doing. Have to be a little careful here. Let's go here, and then if he goes here, I'm gonna. Ah, I'm giving back the queen, but it should still be. So in time trouble, I have given back some material, but I'm actually a rook up, looks like here. And this is a little messy now. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is take this pawn, and we'll have this pawn. So this actually got a little interesting, but it's kind of more interesting than it has to be. But in time trouble, that's what happens sometimes. But see if we can still come out with a win. Now we're both up to a minute. This is the nice thing about the time increment. Okay, I'm gonna take this pawn, and I'm gonna defend. Oh, I see. If I go to defend, he could hit me with this check. A little annoying. So not really playing this in the most accurate way, it looks like. I'm only a piece up. Okay, I think I have to give back some material here in order to survive this. Yeah, I have to give back the exchange. Otherwise, okay. And here, see if he wants to trade. The basic idea, if I could trade these rooks off this pawn, I'd be able to get the pawn going. I'll have to be careful. My winning chances go down. No, maybe I shouldn't trade this. We'll see if it trades. Maybe not the best strategy. My game is falling apart a little bit, but I keep trying. Maybe be able to pull this out. But that's kind of the neat thing about this game is that let's see here. Well, and that. Let's see if I could push pawns. Well, this is pushing this pawn. Let's see. I'm gonna keep pushing this pawn until he has to. I have to defend against. Okay, so I win the trade pawns here. Get a temple by attacking his rook. Okay. Well, that's fine. This guy up here. I should be okay. Again, probably not the best layout. If I had more time, I'd probably be, as soon as I can promote this, okay. I have to be careful about getting my knight pinned or skewered or something like that. Okay. So if he tries to bring his king here, that's fine. I'm going to hit him with this check. Well, here I'm putting pressure right here. And actually, I'm threatening this too, which I didn't notice at first, but threatening this fork if he takes here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna push. Oh wait, nope. I'm gonna win that. Win this. The fork. That should do it. Should do it. Okay. Well, a little messier than what we wanted to be, but we won in the end. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that game. A little bit of a fight there at the end, but I'm glad we were able to pull that out. Uh, Let me know in the comments what you thought. Again, if you are a patron, you can download the PGN file with my corrections and with my thoughts. Um, Check that out down below. And otherwise, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you soon.